In WebGoat, browse to Challenges and choose Without Password. The description suggests that we need to log in as user Larry. First, let's clean Burp's history to make things easier. Then just try to log in with a random password. After clicking the login button, we get a message saying the password is wrong. Cool, let's go to Burp. I'll select the post request we just issued and send it to Intruder. As we've already seen, Burp conveniently fills up some information for us. First, let's see the payload markers in the Position subtab. Just hit Clear, select the password, and click the Add button to add the payload marker there. For the payloads, we can use an existing word list from the great collection Payload All the Things. You can find that very easy on GitHub by searching for it. You'll find out that it has payloads for everything you can think of. And lots of them are thought of like intruder payload lists. I'm going to choose the Auth Bypass 2 list. Just copy its content to the clipboard and switch to Burp. Now in the Payload Options section, hit the Paste button to add the payloads. Note that Burp shows it's going to send 121 requests, so it's not that bad. We can leave all the other options as default and click Start Attack. This is going to take a while since the community version of Burp throttles requests very quickly. Once that's over, we can look again at the HTTP return codes. We see a bunch of 200 and 500 codes. It's usually a good idea to also look at the response lengths. 200 OK seems to return 385 bytes, while 500 error returns a much bigger response, but always around 11,000 bytes. Let's look at a 200 OK response with the 395 byte response length. From the response content, it looks like the server accepted the request and just tries to validate the password. And it fails, of course. Now do the same for a 500 error request. These contain an SQL exception, which is a solid indication that we have an SQL injection here. Usually, this would be the first thing discovered when doing manual auditing. After having an indication of a possible SQL injection, we can use an intruder attack to verify exploitability or a tool like SQL map. Let's see what other responses we have in our results. Once we scroll a bit, we noticed a new set of 200 OK results. These ones have a 421 byte response. And yes, this SQL injection works and bypasses authentication without knowing the password. If we look a bit more, we'll see that multiple payloads have worked as observed by the number of 421 byte responses. Of course, they are variations of the same thing mostly, but nevertheless helpful.